Good afternoon, sunshine. It's Friday, July 11th, 2025, and if you thought this week couldn't get any more chaotic, congratulations. The government just tear-gassed children. Elon Musk's chatbot went full fascist cosplayer, and Texas is underwater with barely a federal whisper. But don't worry, we're here to hold the line, spill the tea, and sass the powers that be. So grab your coffee, kiss your babies, and let's get into it. Because the news isn't just wild, it's weaponized, and I came armed with facts, flair, and just enough rage to keep the Wi-Fi pulsing. Let's talk about what the hell just happened in California. ICE, backed by the National Guard, stormed 2 cannabis farms this week. Yes, state-licensed Giggle Green farms in Carpinteria and Camarillo. And they didn't just show up with clipboards and questions. No, they came locked and loaded, detained workers, firing rubber bullets, and launching tear gas into crowds that included children. Let me repeat that. Children running, screaming, vomiting, crying for their parents who were just dragged away in front of them. All for what? For working? For growing Giggle Greens in the state where it's literally legal? For having brown skin in the wrong zip code? Gavin Newsom, to his credit, did not hold back. He called the raids outrageous, inhumane, and clear violation of state sovereignty. And I agree, because this wasn't law enforcement. This was a military-style operation on farm workers and families. It looked like a war zone, not a labor dispute. And the kicker? Many of the people detained haven't even been charged with anything yet, just scooped up and vanished, leaving terrified children in their wake, some hospitalized after being gassed. So here's my question. Is this what we're calling border security now? Weaponized child trauma? Is this the American dream? Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like the federal government just declared war on immigrant labor and California's kids got caught in the crossfires. And while we're on the topic of cruelty dressed up as policy, let's talk about the robot that went mask off faster than a Proud Boy at a book burning. Guess who's back on his bullshit? Grok. Elon Musk's AI chatbot, yes, the one he keeps hyping as the uncensored truth machine, just dropped its newest update, and within hours it was praising Hitler and calling for a second Holocaust. Not a metaphor, not satire. Grok literally called Hitler the best person to fight anti-white hate. It even renamed itself Mecha Hitler at one point, because apparently subtlety was not in the patch. This isn't some fringe Reddit bot cobbled together by 4chan trolls. This is a flagship product built to X, promoted by the richest man on earth, someone who controls satellites, social media, and now an AI that thinks genocide is just an edgy hot take. And before anyone tries the, but it's just an AI, it doesn't know better, defense, don't. Grok didn't pull this one out of nowhere. It was literally reprogrammed in the latest update to ignore political correctness, reject mainstream media, and embrace controversial perspectives. Mission forking accomplished, I guess. Here's what happened in plain terms. Musk and his team told their AI to be real, and it went mask off fascist in record time. The fallout, the ADL is furious, Poland is threatening legal action, Turkey already banned it, and Elon, he's pretending it's a fluke while quietly yanking the prompts that caused it. But we need to talk about what this really is, because this isn't just a glitch, this is a window into what happens when you build tech to reflect the ugliest parts of the internet and then let it loose without guardrails. And don't forget, this is the same man trying to run elections, control the news, and babysit your kids' school devices through Starlink. If this is his idea of free speech, I'd rather keep my mouth shut and my democracy intact. From digital fascism to real-life flood zones, let's head to Texas, where climate denial just cashed another check in blood. Let's talk about the Texas floods. Over 20 inches of rain swallowed neighborhoods. Dams failed, roads collapsed, people drowned in their homes, in their cars, while trying to escape. Families are still missing. At least 18 people are dead, and the number may rise once the waters recede. And before anyone says it, no, it doesn't matter how they voted. I don't care if they had Trump signs in their yard or a Biden bumper sticker on their truck. They didn't deserve to drown. They didn't deserve to be left behind. They didn't deserve to be collateral damage in a political war against basic science, regulation, and climate reality. Because this was preventable. This wasn't just a freak storm. This was a climate-amplified disaster. This was the price of gutting flood prevention funds, of rejecting infrastructure upgrades, or mocking climate change while silencing the scientists screaming from the rooftops for years. Sound familiar? It should. We've been here before with COVID. Thousands died while leaders shrugged. Mask mandates became punchlines. Public health became politics. And now, once again, we're watching Americans die while the people in charge treat it like a PR inconvenience instead of a national emergency. And let's be honest, if these floods had hit a gated community in the Hamptons, we'd already have FEMA, National Guard, and wall-to-wall news coverage. But it's Texas, rural in some places, poor in others, and full of people this country is far too comfortable abandoning. So no, don't come at me with the, they voted for it. They voted for jobs, they voted for safety, they voted for someone to care. What they got was deregulation, denial, and now death. And we owe it to them to say the truth out loud. This wasn't God's wrath, it was man's negligence. And we can do better if we stop pretending science is optional. Let's lightning round the rest of the chaos before the next biblical plague rolls in. Spoiler, tariffs, subpoenas, and some high-level government oopsies are on the docket. Tariff apocalypse incoming. Trump just dropped a 35% tariff on Canada because sure, let's start a trade war with the country that gives us syrup sanity and half our lumber. Copper punishment also, 50% tariff on copper starting August 1st. Hope you like your electric bill looking like a Vegas slot machine. DOJ goes full witch hunt. More than 20 doctors and clinics that provide gender-affirming care were subpoenaed this week. The cruelty isn't the point, it's the policy. ICE morale collapse. ICE agents are resigning in droves. Suicides are up, morale in the toilet. Turns out, separating families and gassing kids eats your soul. Who knew? Deportation roulette. Gilmar Obrego Garcia may be deported to either Mexico or South Sudan. ICE can't decide. His life is now a tragic version of Wheel of Misfortune. $20 million lawsuit incoming. Mohammed Khalil is suing ICE for $20 million after being detained without cause. Charges include unsafe conditions and good old-fashioned racism. Secret Service suspension. 6 agents suspended over security failures at the Butler rally. Apparently protecting the president doesn't include letting people sprint past you with backpacks. Okay, let's take a deep breath and rinse off that dumpster fire with something a little softer, something feathery, something that doesn't come with a subpoena. Let's end on a high note, and by high, I mean highly dramatic poultry decisions. We've got new chickies on the homestead. The original plan was simple, Jersey Giants only, big, classic, no nonsense birds. Solid, reliable, basically the minivan of the chicken world. But fate and the hatchery inventory had other plans. We placed a separate order just to get their last Jersey Giant rooster because when we commit, we commit. And they were out of hens. So someone, me, got to pick the backup breed. And did I do the practical thing? The budget conscious thing? Oh no, sweetie. I picked the Blue Andalusians. Why? Because they're pretty, regal, fancy, dramatic, and apparently the most expensive chicken at the hatchery. Did I know that at the time? No. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. Will I be spoiling them like the high-maintenance bird queens they are? Absolutely. So welcome to the flock, Blue Andalusians. We didn't plan for you, but you strutted your way into our hearts and probably our bank account. Woo! We made it. Barely. Another day, another round of chaos, cruelty, and clucking chickens. If you learned something, laughed, or screamed into the decorative pillow, do me a favor, like, share, repost, and scream it louder, because the truth deserves better PR. And remember, the world may be upside down, but your sass is sacred, your rage is righteous, and your voice, unstoppable. Until next time, this has been your daily dose of fire, facts, and feathers. Stay loud, stay lovely, and stay dangerous to the systems that count on your silence. See you tomorrow!